Okay, I'm here with my man Jim Follett, the one and only. Hey, so the other day we were in faculty meeting. We're discussing S.T.A.N.D. and how to help students, how to mentor students, how to help students student better, essentially. And I asked you, what's the one thing that you, if you could get students to understand, would make the biggest difference in their learning? And you answered promptly, passionately, with what response?
Growth mindset.
There are two types of mindset we can cultivate. One that embraces problems as opportunities to learn, and one that avoids them, often out of fear to fail. People that avoid conflicts can be described as having a fixed mindset. Those who see problems as interesting challenges have a growth mindset.
Why was that your initial quick response? You were like, I'll tell you, Crane, it's growth mindset. Why was that your response?
It's because if my students can learn growth mindsets, if all students can learn growth mindset, they can understand that failure is part of growing.
Think about how internet culture has created heroes, celebrities from failures. Think about how it's created industries, fail army, epic fail. We've become very comfortable consuming failure as a product, watching from the safe distance of our computer screens as some anonymous person tumbles down the mountain head over heels. We've fallen in love with the kind of failure that goes viral, but I think we're more paranoid than ever of the kind of real failure in our own life that requires overwhelming vulnerability.
Whatever you're going to do, there's going to be times when you fail. And that's just a starting point, and you can learn from it and you can grow from it.
People have a fixed mindset because they believe that basic qualities like intelligence or talents are fixed traits, and that these traits are responsible for success. With a growth mindset, people believe that new abilities can be developed through practice. This view creates the love for learning that most great leaders and artists have in common. For them, life becomes an exciting journey with endless opportunity to figure out new things and advance.
Imagine if these heirloom tomato seeds had a fixed mindset. Each little individual seed would assume that all it could ever be and would ever be is a little seed, never imagining its potential future, the growth that it could have, never imagining that this fruit is what its destiny is. This is what it can become. This is what it can grow into.
If my students in band can learn growth mindset as opposed to fixed mindset, they can take that ability and transfer it to anything they do in life.
Gentlemen, thanks for coming to talk to me. So what's your name?
I am Spencer Quantz.
And?
I'm Matt Webster.
Matt Webster. Okay. Spencer, how long have you been playing the clarinet?
I have been playing the clarinet for about 6 years now.
6 years. Are you better now than you were 2 years ago?
I feel like I'm better in some things.
Okay. How hard was it to achieve that improvement?
I wouldn't say difficult. I just think I had to decide to achieve that improvement.
Okay.
To put forth the effort to get better.
Nice. And take distinct steps, right?
Exactly.
Can you recall one of those steps? Like, what's something you did to see some improvement over the last 2 years?
Well, I started private lessons a
Okay.
couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I think that's helped a lot because I've been able to see, okay, so this professional player is saying I need to improve in these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's helped me to start picking out, okay, what can I improve in my own playing?
Awesome. Okay, and Matt, when did you start playing?
About 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Now that seems like not very long ago.
No, it's not.
Is that typical of high school?
No, it's not.
Is it fair to say that you should have had more time playing?
Yes, it is fair to say that.
So what makes it possible for you to be playing this type of music today with only 3 years experience?
Well, so I actually started with private lessons. My first time playing was with a private teacher.
I see.
And so really that it's kind of like a spring forward because she was able to say, here's the best way to get started.
I see.
And then I was able to just practice a lot. That's really the main thing. The more I practiced, the better I got.
Is there any replacement for that practice?
No.
Is there any way to skip it?
No, there's not.
Not at all.
Not at all. That's the only way to achieve the improvement.
Yes.
Fantastic. So you guys are going to sight read a piece here. Is it going to be challenging for you?
Probably.
That's good, right? Keep the challenge going.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes some sight reading, meaning they haven't practiced this. It's just happening right now.
Okay, don't take the repeats.
All right, guys, listen to some blues riff and beat. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
Hey, I'm here with my man, Zach. Thanks for being here. So, Zach, last year, what class did you take from me?
I was in your painting one class.
Painting one class. Were you a stellar painter?
No, not at all.
Not so much, right? Why'd you take the class?
Just to get better at art.
Just to get better at art?
Try to, yeah.
Okay. So, did you get somewhat better?
A little bit.
A little bit. Since that class ended, have you done any painting?
Nope, I haven't.
But on your own time, you didn't just go home and make all these amazing paintings?
I did not.
I'm devastated a little bit. I'm just kidding. That's very common, and I don't expect Zach to be like suddenly this painter, and that's like his new career path, right? Your painting growth it happened a little bit during the class, but then
Yeah.
is it fair to say that since the class ended, your growth ended as well?
Yeah.
Okay, because you just weren't willing to go home and put in time practicing, which is fine. Maybe he's not interested. That's totally okay. But what I remember is from last year, in my painting one class, you showed me some footage. You were really stoked. You're like, dude, Crane, look, I maxed 250. I remember the day you showed me on your phone. It was good footage and it was really clean. I was like, dang, man, 250, that was awesome. And how many times do you imagine that you could bench 250 now, a year later?
I'd probably say like 5 to 10.
Maybe 5 to 10 times?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of improvement. You expect to be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you expect to be better at lifting weights?
Just because, just put in the time.
How
You
much
know?
time?
Like two-ish hours, 6 days a week.
2-ish hours, 6 days a week, and you've seen growth. So
Yeah.
that growth comes at a cost, and you're just willing to pay that cost. Now imagine with me, Zach, that for some reason you were willing to pay the same cost in painting, and you spent the last year 2-ish hours a day, 6 days a week, watercoloring.
Okay.
How much better would you be now, do you think?
I'd probably be a lot better.
You'd be pretty good,
Yeah.
don't you think? I mean, something would happen, right? You're just not willing to pay that cost. And what I believe is that everybody is willing to pay the cost somewhere. Like it makes sense to you that in order to get better at moving weight, you're gonna have to put in time and you're gonna have to stress the muscles and you're gonna have to build and grow. I think it's just what happens in school is there's just areas where you're not willing. You're just like, no thanks. But everybody has somewhere where they're willing, right? What made you want to do this, to grow in the weightlifting area?
All my older brothers do it.
Okay.
So that's kind of why I got started.
Kind of a family legacy,
Yeah.
right? And it feels worth it to you.
Oh yeah. For
Awesome.
sure.
Growth mindset. I swear, the weight room is one of the best places to see it. I can't tell you how many times I've had a student say, Crane, I was going to take your painting class, but I'm not any good at painting, so I didn't. Isn't that weird? Isn't that why you take a class? Notice that the gym doesn't have a requirement that you're already good at lifting weights or that you're already fit to step foot in the gym. Everyone's welcome. Everyone can grow into something more, just like Zach. That's 7 times shake and bake, Zach. 250. Congratulations.